Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing the video tour of the Playa Grande Resort in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico. What we're looking at here, well, let me back up a minute. Before we get started, I want to clarify something. We are not going to be going through and showing the room on this particular video because we already have another video up detailing the room from one end to the other. And what that means is from the kitchen, living room, bedroom, both bathrooms, and everything in between. So what we're looking at here is the view from one of the balconies. The room we had is a corner room, so we had two balconies. And this balcony right here is actually off of the bedroom side. What you're looking at is the adults only pool, and you have the view of the beach and the no swimming sign. You can see that, of course, which was probably the only thing that really got to me. Of course, I knew this going into it, but to have a beach that you can't swim at, but that's part of going to the Pacific. And of course, if you go up to the beach, the Medano or Tileno side is where you can go swimming. But there is service here from the bar. They've got attendants here who will come down and bring you drinks from the bar. And the beach right there was one of the sites for the beach party on Wednesday night. We've also got another video up of that showing the band and some of the music that they played, and the band was very good. And again, I cannot express that the only thing that I could really complain about was that there was no swimming right here on this beach. Everything else we was thoroughly satisfied with. This is also actually the side of the Brigantine where we ate breakfast every morning. And anyway, we'll move right along here to the next segment. This is the view as you leave out of the main area where you check in at. You'll hang a left and come out here. You'll see some of the beautiful fountains and the pavers and the way everything is laid out. Over in the far right, you'll see where the bar area is in the second pool that I was talking about. And that's actually got the swim-up bar. And so they'll play games in the evening time and have a lot of trivia and that type of thing going on. It's also the spot of the water aerobics. Here's another view. That's actually the Kalima restaurant there, and it's where they have the grill night and the Asian night, which they have a lot of theme night dinners here. And again, the pool right behind the Kalima, I got to give a big shout out to Rodriguez and Hector for doing the great job with the water aerobics. It was really fun to watch, and my girlfriend had a great time with it. So I want to just give a big shout out to those guys. They did a great job with that. Right here is another view of one of the fountains. It's actually the slide before, if you stood directly to the left, that's actually a pond there that's got fish in it. I'm not sure if they're koi or some type of huge goldfish, but they're beautiful to look at, and it's very tranquil looking, if you will. It's just a very neatly kept, nice resort. Being from the Carolinas, one of the things we always like to do is walk the beaches. And if you're standing in front of the resort with the resort to your back, this is, if you look to the right, one of the views down there and the neighboring resorts. And you can see where it's just very pristine looking. Can't get over how beautiful it is. And watching the waves crash on the rocks is always it's soothing to me. But it's one of the views you'll get, and you can see some of the other property on down the beach here. One of the many cabanas that actually belongs to the other resort. But if you look down the beach a little ways, you can see where some of them are playing volleyball. This actually is the Grand Solmar Resort. This is the newest resort that they're building. And when you check in here, be careful, because this is actually where they're wanting to get you for a timeshare tour. And it's from the outskirts of it, very beautiful looking resort. I'm still blown away how they built stuff up in the middle of a mountain like that. But this is one of the newest resorts that is being built, or has been built actually, and what they're wanting you to take a timeshare tour of. So when you check in, if you're not into timeshares, this is where you might want to get very evasive with them. Right here is the view. The resort is to your back, turn to the left, and this is the other view up the road right in front of the Grand Solmar. Just love to walk up and down the beach, and even though you'll sweat your hind end off, it's still worth the walk to hear the ocean waves crashing and to see Land's End. Again, this is a view if the resort is to your back, to the right, if you walk down there a little bit. Still, I never did get a chance to figure out what this was up in the rocks. Didn't know if it was part of another property here or another bar or what have you, but it was neat to look at, and those are actually my footprints that are coming back. But I'm still blown away how they have built houses on top of this mountain here. It's a spectacle within itself how they've found a way to build everything. This is one of the other resorts that's just right up from that. And to be quite honest with you, I cannot remember the name of it. I was more impressed by how there was a building up on top of that mountain right there. But very picturesque scene, and wanted to share that with you. Just another view of the Pacific, and how watching the waves crash and watching how the beach was so much different from ours here in the Carolinas. Now, this is actually one of the spots where they have a lot of the events on the beach, and that can be turned into anything from a wedding scene to the beach party to what have you. And it just blew me away how they could basically create any scene on that beach right there. And truly beautiful. What you're looking at here is the villas that Playa Grande has, and you'll see that little corridor up there. I've got a couple of views coming to that, but these villas, they are really worth checking out. Stop and get one of the folks that work there and let them give you access to go to the elevator up here, because you're going to see some amazing views from the villas up here. And I'm not sure, I guess it may cost a little more to stay here, but you'll see why it'd be well worth it. Did not know these were even here until somebody told us about them. But it's this is really cool. You're in for a treat here. This is one of the views you'll see as you're going into the where the concierge is and the main area where you check in. You'll look up to the right and you'll see this view. As you go up into the elevator and you go across the corridor and you look over to your right, this is when you're on top of the little mountain area right there. What you're looking at is the infinity pool. And again, under the little tiki hut right there is the Ridge restaurant where they serve a lot of pool food, sandwiches, drinks, that type of thing. Didn't get a chance to eat there, but folks were having a great time, and it's a great view. If you turn to the left right here, you'll see the pool area. There is actually the Cabo dolphins. We watched the dolphins do a little show there, and you're getting a little bit of a view of the marina and some of the downtown area and some of the other properties back up there in a little mountain area right there. But they got couches there where you can sit down. There's always a nice breeze blowing. And it's a great view as you go through that little corridor. Definitely worth checking out. As you step through the corridor, just before you go into the pool area, this is the view you'll see of the marina. And there'll be a few steps you'll have to go up and down, but it's one of the views from the marina from the pool side up on where the villas are. And there's another view right here of the marina. And this is probably my favorite whole section. When we went up to the this area, was seeing the infinity pool right there against the Pacific. That right there should be on the brochure if it's not, because this would be one of the main reasons why I would want to stay in the villas. And it's just truly an incredible feeling to be in an infinity pool like this. Didn't even get a chance to get in it, but it made me wish we were staying in this section. Of course, I was very satisfied with what we had. And this is one of the views of the Terrasol. I didn't want to spend a lot of time showing the room, but for those of you who didn't want to watch the video, this is just a view of the kitchen and living area right here in the room. And it's just, I can't get over how beautiful it is and some of the architecture and pictures and on the wall, plus the view especially. It's actually a view of the kitchen and little dining area right there. One of the other little small things that it didn't really bother me a whole lot, but this refrigerator is kind of small here, but if you really take time to plan how you put stuff in here, it really won't be a problem. Now, over to the main door, when you come in on the left-hand side, there's a energy saving type program they have going. When you check in, they'll give you two keys to the room. One of these keys you'll have to slide in here to keep all the power on. So when you go during the day, if you take that key out and take it with you, what will actually happen, there'll only be a few lights that'll be working and your air conditioning will cut off. We found that out the first night. You'll have to keep that card in that little slot right there to keep the lights on and keep the air conditioning going. So one of the ways they're trying to save money and go green at this resort. So I highly recommend, if you're going with more people in your party and there's going to be somebody going in different spots, to get an extra key. That's one of the energy things that they're doing down here. View of the bedroom right here. This bed is very, very comfortable. You will sleep like a baby on this bed. And one of the great things about it, I think they know that, the restaurant here that serves breakfast is open till 12 o'clock midday and serves breakfast 7 a.m. to midday. And you sleep on this bed, you'll find out why they stay open so late. Another great thing about this bedroom that I liked was the makeup mirror inside the bathroom here. It's a magnified makeup mirror, so it'll save the ladies some time putting their makeup on. It'll also, guys, you won't have quite as much time to sit on the balcony and look at bikinis, because your ladies are going to get ready a whole lot faster, and they're really going to like the fact that there's that makeup mirror that will magnify everything, make everything a little bit easier. Also, you've got the safe right here in your room that you can lock all your valuables up in. Now, I know in the beginning I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time going over the room and giving a lot of detail about it, but there was a few things that I didn't really go over in the video, and I just want to give you guys a quick look at one of the basic rooms here. And it was just 3 or 4 slides to give you guys a good idea of what was in here. And so that way, it was the makeup mirror especially, and of course it has a safe. You got 2 televisions here, one in your bedroom, one in the living room, and it's, if you don't speak Spanish, you're still going to be all right, because there's a lot of programming in English here, but it's still fun to watch some advertisement for some of the local shows you watch back home, and watching them do them in Spanish, still quite fun. But anyway, that's just a quick run through of the room. Even though I said I wasn't going to put much in it, I just want to give you guys just a quick view. That way you don't have to jump on the video if you don't want to. All right, as we pass through the resort, this is actually the hill that you'll walk down if you want to head into the marina. This resort is very close to the marina. It's about maybe a block and a half, 2 blocks down, and you're in the marina. For those of you who've been to Cabo before, this is a familiar sight. For those of you that have never been or are going, this will give you a little quick rundown. The mall, which is just the other side of that building that's being constructed, not too far from it, that's actually a $7 cab ride back to the resort. That was for 2 people, which so it's really, the resort's in a great location. And on the marina, there's a lot of stuff happening here, night and day. You've got the fishing in the daytime, then you've got a lot of the nightlife and the bar scene that picks up at night. Of course, you've always got the mall here, and again, this is a nighttime photo. The mall's open day and night, of course, and this mall is beautiful. It's actually nicer than one we have back here in the Piedmont Triad, but you can find a lot of familiar stores here and some stores that mainly are, I know Cabo style is here, but a great mall, a lot of great deals here. Of course, the Harley-Davidson dealership is here for those of you who ride and want to pick up some t-shirts or what have you. And great little bar right there to have a couple beers and chill out by the marina. And one of the things that's really neat about this is the street performers here. This is actually a live person right here, and kind of spooked us out at first, but everybody down here works for a tip, and didn't mind tipping the guy. He did a great job. Good photo there. Also, dinner cruises. This is the Buccaneer Queen, one of the pirate ships there. When we were there, I believe it was about $50 a person, open bar with a lot of the Mexican food there, and they'll take you out. They put on a really good show. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's still a great show, and I had a great time. Actually, they got some games on there for the guys and the ladies, and I actually won a 2-for-1 pass on this. But the food here, if you want authentic Mexican food, it's really great. Also, another dinner cruise idea here is the Cabo Rey. This is they've actually got air conditioning in this one, and they'll take you out to El Arco at sunset, and or the Arch as some people call it. But great dinner menu. This actually runs about $96 a person, but they have a great show that goes on with it too, and a lot of great food. Now they're also going to get you for pictures on these, so bring cash if you want pictures. As we close this up, I wanted to leave you with these images that we took from the dinner cruises, both the Buccaneer Queen and the Cabo Rey. My friends are completely jealous after seeing some of these pictures, and I think there's going to be a lot more folks from the Piedmont Triad area heading down here. Sammy Hagar said that inspiration lives in this area, actually in this land, and after being here, there's no way that I can deny that. And just being around the whole area, I feel a whole lot better. Had a great vacation. Can't wait to come back. But there is one thing missing from this video. If you come to Cabo, you got to go to the Cabo Wabo Cantina. It's a great little bar. It's a little bit pricey, but it's always a good time at the Cabo Wabo Cantina. So until next time, just remember, all limitations are self-inflicted. See the world, see it often. Happy traveling, everybody.